Hello and welcome to our vlog Go Simplify. Today we are not meeting here on a travel vlog, but today it's all about fish tanks, aquariums.
Yes, I'll come back to you. Then I'll ask, what have we done under the sun?
And today I'm only talking about how to set up a planted tank at home. How green and how healthy and how beautiful a tank like this. To start with, we will talk about tanks first. There are three types of tanks. One is a community tank, the next is a species tank, and the third one is planted tank. So the first you need to decide whether what kind of tank we need to set up, whether it is a community, whether it is species or a planted. So there is a mix and match. The species tanks may not go with a planted tank, and a community tank may not survive with a species tank. So classify yourself on identifying what kind of tank you prefer and you would like to keep at home. In a planted tank, the emphasis or the importance is given to the plants, not for the fish. Fish will stand secondary to it. It is like creating a miniature garden at home in the water. There are very few points to be always kept in mind before going for a planted tank. One is the size of the tank. The tank size should not be very big as such, like 4 feet or bigger. Basically not bigger than a 3 feet tank, to be honestly speaking. The reason behind, as a beginner level, there are too many combinations and too many parameters involved to successfully keep a tank. So the bigger the tank, the reach to maintain a tank is very difficult. So 2 feet, 2.5 in length is ideal. And the fun one is the tank size. The next one is about the lighting. Lighting is very important because plants survive through photosynthesis. The plants survive by inhaling carbon dioxide and exhaling oxygen. So for the photosynthesis to happen on a good level, lighting is very important. Lighting means just a light will not benefit plants to grow healthy. It needs to be an above 6000 Kelvin light or 4000 luminous light. These are the two parameters when identifying or buying a light for growing a good plant. And next one is the heater, the thermostat. Because all the plants in the aquarium world, plants come from tropical region, and especially this planted tank I call is a tropical planted tank. The temperature of this tropical planted tank is in between 22 degrees Celsius to 27 degrees Celsius. I always keep it on a 25 degrees Celsius. So these plants are all from the tropical region. So when across the world people resides in different part of the world, so we are creating or manifesting the same biotope of a tropical environment inside the small. Mine is a just 2+ tank. So this is a real masterpiece of a tropical biotope. So whatever you can see inside, the few plants are growing from here, the mosses are growing, and all these subjects, even there are few snails also inside this tank. So the temperature adjustment is very crucial. If it go below 20, the plants will have a pale look. It may fade, the color will fade, sometimes certain will die off. So identifying a good quality, because it should not get burst. So you should buy from a quality dealer, a quality brand, to keep something is inside. This has electric power coming inside. So that one. Then comes the filtration. Filtration is very important. There are 4-5 methods of tank filtration medias. Um, there are undercover filter is ruled out. There is a sponge filter that is also ruled out. There is a power head which flows water powerfully through a small jet outside, that is also ruled out because of the reason, because it's take space, it jets water too much, so plant will have a disturbance. So only two options we have is the overflowing filter, hang on filter, it's also called hang on filter, or the best one is canister filter. I use canister filter. It takes water from the tank and it filters and it jets back into the tank by these two pipe. It takes, and the other one is intake, and another one is the output. It filters behind the tank. It has a 1.5 feet height filter setup which will cycle and it will pump it back. So the tank, inside the tank, whatever, this is around to 17-18 gallon tank, so it is fully utilized. There is no space left for any other reason of maintenance. Only this thermostat is kept. Otherwise, there is no spaces needed to for a filter media as such. Then once comes the substrate. Substrate is the whatever the bottom sand from where the plant is growing. That one is also very crucial because the nutrients, the iron, the another minerals comes from the substrate. We can make it at our own garden, getting a good sand, cleaning it properly, and laying it on a layer by layer, and we can use it. Or else we can buy from different sites. A good planted substrate is available. I'm using Amazonia 2 type. So this is the granule type of sand. We will get it from Amazon. So these are the one which I use. So this will have a longevity of 3 years. After 3 years, we need to add minerals, iron, and other magnesium powders to maintain that quality of the substrate. That's the fifth one, is the CO2 injection. So without CO2, we can maintain or keep a planted tank, but needs too much of attention and care. If you inject CO2, the plant's growth are abundance, and it has a negative portion also. When we inject CO2, basically is bad for fish. There are, as I think I didn't say that subject. In a planted tank, there is a flora and fauna. In other tanks, it's not necessary that flora and fauna, that is the plant life and animal life, need not be necessary in a other tanks like community tank or species tank, but in a planted tank, this is essential. Without plant life and without animal life, planted tank cannot be set as a tropical biotop. So the fish or the animal inhale oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide, whereas the plants inhale carbon dioxide and exhale oxygen. So by injecting a poisonous subject for the fish to maintain a healthy growth for the plants is very crucial. It is like playing around, in a very crucial position. I'm injecting CO2 around approximately 30 bubbles per minute. So this is a dispenser. You can see the carbon dioxide coming and dispensing this way. So I'm giving in a minimal, and we can put only sturdy fishes like black mollies or any mollies are very sturdy. Even angels are also sturdy fish. So these fish will survive, but shrimps cannot survive. I have few shrimp here. At some time you can see always it will be hiding somewhere. These are the 5 crucial things for maintaining a planted tank. We can exclude or we can keep away certain things. One is the CO2 is not so necessary, and a canister filter is not so necessary. We can keep a hang-on filter and we can maintain it. Substrate like in ADA, Amazonia is not so necessary. We can manage with any other garden soil. Several times it should be rinsed or washed before putting into the tank. We can use pebbles, a slight small pebbles we can use. Sand, white sands we can use. But sometimes we need to add the water, add the substrate or the sand with few minerals, iron, magnesium, and these minerals is very important for the plant growth. So ADA will substitute all these things, but coming back to the same subject as I say, to keep a low tech tank, the sands will okay to survive. But the thumb rule is light is not compromisable, and heater is not compromisable, and sand with good nutrients is not compromisable. Now comes about the plant life. So there are three ways of keeping plants. The one is the forehead plant or the carpet plant. Next comes the mid layer plants. Then the last one will come the background plant. So it should be like when we gardening, it is creating a landscape. So we need to imagine how it will grow, planting a background plant in the front and a carpet plant in the background, and later after 4 to 5 months the scenario will be like we can't see the plant, the tank itself. So plan it properly. We should have a clear plan how this tank will look after 5 to 6 months. We cannot change at all. It is a very difficult task to alter a planted tank. Any other tank we can do it, community or species, we can do it in a matter of half a day. But the planted tank, once it is set up, it cannot be changed. Yes, of course we can uproot a few plants and root it here and there, but a carpet plant like this, I'm supposed to trim it. I was waiting for after this video is taken, a couple of days later I will trim it, so it will be on the same level. It's so thick and it's like carpet. If you keep a stone here, carpet will hold the stone. That is the thickness of this carpet. So first we need to start with the carpeting, then landscaping here or here, and now I'll talk about the plant life. This plant is pearlweed. This is known as pearlweed, and 1 square inch of space can be covered with 2 stems. So this is pearlweed, and the big one is Lujvidia, and there are few Java moss in the stone. Actually it was there full of Java moss there. I cleaned it because if it is overgrowing and snails are getting hold on it, so I removed and cleaned it, but there was few pieces of Java moss was thick and it's now started growing. And we have Rotala indica. And another thumb rule of selecting fishes. Now comes the real story of selecting fishes. Example is goldfish. If you put a goldfish in this tank, within a day all the plants will be uprooted. So I always keep mollies or platies, mollies, guppies, angel. Then if you want to just keep a Siamese fighter tank, keep Siamese fighter tank. So don't go for a bigger fish. And with the smaller tank, bigger fish will not survive or it will not look good and healthy. So ideal is very selected fishes like this. The lighting is very important. The same way, a timer also to be kept along with the lighting. The reason behind it is not for our convenience to switch off the light, but it is to create a real natural environment. In the wild there is a sunrise and a sunset. The plants, for its photosynthesis, it will be expecting the same sunrise and the sunset. So we need to manifest it here in our small biotope with the help of a timer. So this is the thermostat which is connected to the power behind the tank, and this is the dispenser, and this is CO2 tank which I use here, and it has a power on and on off system, so it will automatically get shut down at evening 7:30, and it's dispensed through this tube and it comes here, and this is the dispenser, and the filtration is taking from deep behind this bush. So that is outlet tube. It takes here and it goes to the, and this is the filtration box. It is called the canister filter. It will get filtered here, and it outlets through the pipe there. So, and all the lightings and other stuff, fixtures are here on the top. These are the two. This gives the more luminous light, and this gives the luminous, and this gives the Kelvin. This I cannot take, it is kept here fixed. About the weekly maintenance, it is better to change water 1/4 of quantity every week, and don't overfeed the fish. So it is our anxiety to feed the fish and keep them healthy, but feed little bit. I have a Facebook group with the name Aquariums Worldwide. You can follow that group. There are few many exchange of information happening weekly, and sometimes good posting comings on a daily basis. So who are interested in a hobby of real aquarium keeping, fish keeping, please join there. These are the basics, and these are the fundamentals of planted tank. And as I said, there are the two varieties and style of keeping tanks. The other one is community tank and the species tank, which maybe sometime later I will come with those aspects. But this is the overall of how to keep on a beginner's point of view, how to keep a good planted tank at home. So thanks for watching, and take care. Bye bye.